What's up, guys? Sub-Zerek here, back for another VOD review. Merry Christmas to everybody who celebrates. Hoping you had a good day with family, or maybe you're watching this in the morning, and I don't know when I'm going to post this, but, and then you'll have a good time later. Or, if you're not doing stuff, then hopefully I can give you some Christmas spirit. I got the Stream Beats Christmas playlist, which is like, it honestly just kind of sounds the same as the lo-fi, but it's like Christmassy themed. Honestly, they kind of sound like exactly the same. I might add these to my playlist because it's just more variety. Today we are VOD reviewing a player who it's too good. It's too good not to say. We're VOD reviewing a player who might have a lump of coal in his stocking this year, but he is beasting it up on the ladder. We're watching Setsuko today, 1544 LP, so just a little bit below Soju, and he is really catching up to Soju quick. He was 1300 LP a few games ago, so I mean, to climb like 200 LP in what is this, like 8 games, when you're this high elo is kind of insane. But I mean, you can see why. Look at this, last 7 games, 1-1, 3-1, 3-2-2. So just an absolute beast of a performance from Mr. Setsuko. So I feel like we got to do a VOD review of him, and this is also this is a fun one. I looked at, like the first augment that he got gives him some really interesting direction, and then the way that Setsuko takes it this game, I think, is just really cool. So I'm excited to watch, and it's always fun watching Setsuko, just one of the best players on our server. Also, I don't know, I guess this is just, I'm thinking because it's Christmas, almost the end of the year, I'm thinking about doing like a year-end video, just kind of like a recap of, how this year has been, and really also thinking about like next year. I know, like, technically, like, I mean, not every one of you guys is going to watch that video because, it's not like my regular kind of content, but I'll probably still make it. I don't know. We'll see if I can get there before New Year's. I'm not going to promise anything content-wise over the next few days, just because, I mean, honestly, I'll have some more time because I got time off work, all good. In any case, we got this Conqueror opener from Setsuko here. Also the Ziggs pair, which is kind of interesting. Definitely something that we could hold on to kind of for free here. Don't really need to hold a lot of these units. So yeah, down to hold on to the Luxes as well. Triple Prismatic as our options, because we're not going to get only one Prismatic as our options. But Hedge Fund, Disposable, Wandering Trainer. I'm a bit surprised that Setsuko doesn't actually lean towards Hedge Fund, just because I feel like he loves this augment. But Setsuko he jumps for the Wandering Trainer because it's a fun one to play around. It also just, I mean, there's so many potential just win the game for free options out of Wandering Trainer. And we get an interesting setup here. So this is Conqueror, Watcher, or Conqueror, Sentinel, and Bruiser. So we can level here. We actually get a lot of this stuff in here, but also not so much of the stuff in here. We just get a random Bruiser and a random Sentinel to complement our 2 Conqueror here. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting little setup here. Nothing, as far as slams here, like BT is the only slam that you could really be excited to make. And I think maybe Setsuko, if this would swing the fight, would make the BT, but he realizes that he is just going to lose this fight. So, why slam in this spot? But yeah, I mean, with these emblems, obviously, ooh, and that's a Darius 3, which is kind of annoying because it'll yoink some those Darius out of the pool. We do have the Swain here, which is fantastic for us. That allows us to get that 4 Conqueror in early. But yeah, I mean, we're really ideally looking for the Rel that fills out the trait web quite nicely. And Conqueror for Setsuko with a +1, having 4 Conqueror in this early, it's pretty scary. The only reason why I think if I was in this lobby I wouldn't be terrified is right now he's got 0 upgrades. He doesn't really have any slams, so he doesn't actually have that strong of an early board here. Setsuko, obviously, with like a 4 Conqueror board early, I feel like would just snowball out of control. But I mean, right now he's actually only 1 stack. He hasn't actually gotten a kill yet. He does pick up the Vladimir here, who fills out the trait web quite nicely here. But now we're actually getting 0 value out of Sentinel or Bruiser here, which is pretty hilarious. But I mean, Vlad, great synergy with Conqueror. So yeah, right now our Prismatic is just Conqueror +1, which is not necessarily what you want. I guess it's also a dummy. And hey, we're going to fight somebody here who is playing towards Nocturne here and playing a bit of a weaker board compared to everybody else. So hopefully we can win this fight, pick up some kills for Conqueror, though. Ooh, honestly, I don't know if we're going to win this fight. Ooh, okay. Swain clutches out in the end. We get to make 20 gold as well. It'll be interesting to see what our item priority is here, because taking the wrong item could actually just completely grief your entire game in this spot here. And I don't know exactly, like, I oftentimes want to build something like maybe a Gwinsu's onto Draven just because it's strong early. The thing about that with Conquerors is there's nothing like late game that you can play. So, it's like, it's kind of weird. We ended up taking Chain Vest here onto this GP, which, I mean, this allows us to play GP, who fills out the trade web really nicely, gives us that Pit Fighter for Draven and that Form Swapper for the Vladimir, or the Swain is the name of that unit. And it also lets us double slam here. So now he makes BT Titans here, and we're just going to keep these items on GP for now. He's not actually being buffed up by Conqueror, but I mean, who cares? He's a good unit on the board. And this this is the Setsuko I feel like you know and love. He's going for this really, really aggressive BT Titan Slam with the early Conqueror in, so he can just start snowballing in every round where he's getting a ton of kills. Obviously, Setsuko is feeling amazing because that is so many stacks, 28 stacks here. The 4 Conqueror early is just so big here. So I think great slam from Setsuko, and we are looking at potentially a 3 streak to finish out the stage, and also a great take of just the GP off Carousel. Just really nice to see that unit. Ooh, okay, this is subscription service. I was about to say this board, how does this guy have so many 4 costs? But subscription service here hits some actually like really good units here, so I wonder if Setsuko can even win this though. GP kind of clutching it up. They did buff up GP a bit, and we do win that fight up to 43 stacks already. All right, we are truly back here. Pick up a Kali too. Sadly, we'd love like a Rel too there, but you know, Akali, whatever. You can fit in Sentinel on level up, or Bruiser if we really want to, or you know, Scrap like a Trundle would be a nice little in here. Bruiser and Scrap here, so maybe we'll see that Rod here. Full item is kind of what the doctor ordered for Setsuko if we can slam something here. I mean, there's even Shroud. There's also just Red Buff. I mean, I feel like Red Buff is solid enough that you can just grab it. There's no GP item, which is kind of awkward unless you're going to like Red Buff your GP. Like, I feel like if you're Red Buffing this, it ends up going on to like Swain here. Ooh, all right. The item movement here and the JG gets slammed here, which I think is obviously like, I don't know, not maybe the best item in the world, but he's going to move the items over to Darius because now we have Darius too. We were talking about earlier about how it's kind of uncomfortable that this Titans and BT were on GP, a unit that's not actually being buffed by Conqueror, but now it moves these items over. He's got them on units that's buffed by Conqueror, and yeah, I would say this is an item move diff. Huge, actually, from Setsuko. All right, Bronze for Life, Item Collector, Long Distance Pals. I mean, Bronze for Life value is not actually that bad here already. We have 5 traits in for it. Long Distance Pals is actually one that I feel like should actually be pretty decent in Conquerors because you can share that Conqueror bonus. And then Item Collector is also not bad. I mean, we have a lot of components. We get that full item already, so I could see all of these. But he's going to go for the Bronze for Life here, just saying, yeah, I mean, he wants to cap high. He wants to play for a really strong late game. And yeah, we already have 5 bronze traits in here. Probably just going to keep, like, I think the idea would be that, you know, our next level is like a Trundle or something, which is 2 more traits, which are really nice. And then eventually we end up playing like 6 Conqueror with just a bunch of extra like random traits in, maybe end up like cutting that, yeah, like the Singed will eventually come out for Rel. And yeah, there's just so many traits we can actually fit in on this board. So I think it makes perfect sense from Setsuko. And I love the slams here. It's kind of wild that we have, you know, 2 item Swain, 2 item on the Darius, but I mean, it works. It makes sense. Setsuko, he's always so good at finding out exactly where the items go and exactly what items need to be made. So another cash out here. Mbessa, actually, who could, I mean, this is, I mean, fantastic here. Does she actually even fit onto the board? I mean, she does if you level. Yeah, he still gets to make 30 gold here, so I think this is a very appropriate level from Setsuko. Continuing the streak will be really big. I mean, this is how Setsuko plays TFT. We are rotating back into the Darius 3-player, who's one of the stronger boards, and he is triple item Darius, though he has a Spark, which is kind of hilarious. The Darius doing some amount of work. I think we're fine here. Yeah, I mean, Build-A-Bud just, this is around the stage where it's going to start to fall off a bit. We're playing around a 3-star 1 cost, just isn't going to be all of that. All right, we can kind of take anything that we want here. Could take Mbessa Pair if we are so inclined. Could also look at just finishing off like some kind of bow or glove item to finish off like Darius items, or tier item just to get like a mana. I mean, 3 cost versus 1 cost. He's still actually going to go for the bow here. I wonder what his priority is that high on bow here. It gets a lesser champ duplicator as well, which I don't know what this is. And yeah, I mean, I think this makes a lot of sense. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's actually a really smart roll from Setsuko in this spot here. Just from the perspective of like, there's actually like a lot that he can find here. There's so much actually. There's Swain with the duplicator. This is Swain too. He also has the possibility of finding Rel, who's huge in this spot. But he also, this isn't an overroll from Setsuko, which I think so many people would be really tempted to overroll here and roll it down to try to find that 6 Conqueror spike. But he actually just rolls, finds the Swain and says, you know what, I'm just going to sit here and this is good enough. But he was rolling for the Swain and for the Rel. I mean, there's so much that you're rolling for there in that moment. Any of the other Conquerors you can feel happier out. He has a GP pair as well. He could be GP2 here. Like, that's actually just such an intelligent roll that I think like actually puts Setsuko into a fantastic spot, even though he didn't actually hit the Rel, which would be like the super high roll in this spot, I guess. He's going to actually roll a bit more now that we're 1 round off. And wow, yeah, he's actually rolling really deep here for Rel, just saying like the Rel is so important to pick up here. He does pick up a ton of Swains here and actually a ton of GPs here. Moves items here with the idea that they're just going to be better onto Mbessa over the 1-star, and actually, yeah, ends up just holding on to 6 Swains here, but not going to hold on to a lot of this other stuff on bench. And oh my God, is he going to lose the fight as well? I mean, This is actually so rough for Setsuko, but also just shows also how intelligent he was being. He realized that he was going to lose to Zealman Cat if he did not hit 6 Conqueror. It'd be such a spike here, or like hit some other really significant upgrade. So he had to roll that deep there, and it's actually just really unfortunate he ends up missing on the rel, because he could have kept his streak there, could have had a ton of stacks at this point. I'm sure if I had turned on Setsuko's audio here, he would be acting like he's going 8th from this spot, which, I mean, maybe he will, maybe he won't. But yeah, going to continue to roll down, try to pick up that rel so we can get that 6 Conqueror and just the Sentinel onto the board here. He has a Shiv here, which is a pretty reasonable slam in this position, gives us the MR shred that we are lacking here. And then it's kind of a question. Do you want to hold on to tier later, or do you want to just make a vow? Like, you could make a vow here, it'd be a solid tank item, or you could hold on to tier and chain, and then you could look at something like an Edge of Night plus like a Shojin, which would be really, really nice as well. So looks like Setsuko is going to hold on to those possibilities for now. Also was holding on to Nami for a second, but I mean, this is his board for now, and the idea is just we're 6 Conqueror and we're getting a ton of stacks here. 6 Swains, which is pretty interesting. All right. Max Cap rolled the dice. I'm the carry now. Max Cap, the only issue with Max Cap is that it does cap us here, but the upside to it is, of course, we have 6 Swains at this point. We could just, this gives us the ability to just roll down, try to find Swain 3, which would be a huge spike for us here. Roll the dice. I mean, generically, really, really strong augment. You can throw the items onto Mbessa and feel pretty good. We get a sword there, which is full Shojin here, which is really, really nice. I'm the carry now. I feel like you can reroll that pretty easily. But yeah, I think this is just a change of fate. The Mel augment is really fun. I mean, this is a situation. This is not an augment that I think, you know, a lot of people are that excited to take Max Cap in this spot. But I think Setsuko, like, once again, just Setsuko doing Setsuko things, identifies that this is like a perfect spot to take Max Cap here. We're a little bit low on gold because we rolled down so deep. We can pick up the Swain, which we find in, honestly, a surprising amount of refreshes. And now we have Swain 3. And it's also just like, there is also this idea that I think, you know, Setsuko probably, I watched like with a little bit of his commentary, and he was like, take Max Cap, play for a 4th here, which maybe Setsuko believes that. But I think Setsuko also either subconsciously or consciously realizes that Max Cap is a huge spike right now, which is fantastic for Conqueror. This is a comp where if we're winning every fight with 6 Conqueror in, we can do stuff like get this Mordekaiser onto the board and just play for, you know, the Max Cap version of the board. So like, why... you know, why feel bad about taking something like Max Cap? This is going to enable us to roll so deep here in spots like this, potentially pick up stuff like the Mbessa. I'm actually pretty surprised that he didn't end up fitting this Mordekaiser onto the board here, just over the Darius, I was thinking. I mean, even Pit Fighter, I mean, I guess it's fine that you're playing for the GP, but yeah, like, look at this. We're winning fights. 274 stacks here of Conqueror is just so good for us here. We are looking to finish that Chain Vest item off. I imagine it's going to be an Edge of Night if we can pick it up, either onto the Muerto Kaiser or onto the Mbessa here. But, you know, either way, maybe like a tier worst case if this guy steals it. But yeah, that's going to be Sword here, and it's going to go into Mbessa for the very foreseeable future. But we'll see. Maybe there's a world where we end up getting to Mordekaiser too this game. But yeah, picking up the extra GPs, because why not? We can actually play for a GP3 this game as well, GP3. And yeah, not playing the Mord for now. I wonder why that is. I mean, I guess he doesn't want to drop Watcher. I mean, it's a solid synergy on this board. And yeah, his thought is that it's actually just not strong yet, which is a crazy call, but okay. Also really cool that he fit this random Nunu onto the board for the like Bruiser Visionary. Like, I mean, the synergies with the Bronze for Life are just fantastic here. I guess the other thing is, yeah, that's a synergy out for Bronze for Life. All right. Is it really? Is he really considering this? Yeah, I feel that'd be crazy. Invisibility, nah. I mean, the finisher, wow, I'm surprised he actually doesn't look at the finisher and just goes for Bully there onto the Swain for the extra damage amp. I would imagine the finisher is not bad on Swain because he has all these little instances of damage here, but okay. Just gonna grab the Bully here. Look at, oh my God, he's actually considering selling the Mordekaiser here, just saying like, I'm not really fitting this guy until it's Mordekaiser 2 is his idea. And also, yeah, I mean, he has all these Vlads. If he hits Vlad 3, then Watcher is like huge here on this board. Then the only other thing that you could think about cutting is maybe just the Draven for Pit Fighter, but then like you lose Pit Fighter onto your 3-star your 3-star GP, who is, I mean, he's just got a static Shiv right now, but it's not bad. Oh, 2-star Jinx. Tough luck, Setsuko. I mean, you're pretty much just gonna have to sell that, I would think. Yeah, I don't think there's much. He was hoping for the 2-star Mordekaiser here, but still 350 stacks is a great cash out. Also, I'm getting my middle of game nose itchiness. It's maybe when I talk a lot. How does that make, is anyone a nose doctor here? Why whenever I record a VOD, I feel like my nose gets so itchy. All right, the Nashers is going to be made here, and the red buff going to go over to GP. I think this is a beautiful idea here, with the idea that he's just going to spread red buff really well, and that we want like full damage onto this guy. Also, yeah, just rolling down at this point for everything, keeping the Nunu 3 in our hearts and minds here. We have the potential for the Vladimir 3 as well. The other nice thing is that, you know, like eventually we're going to get some amount of extra items from Conqueror stacks. We're at 400 here, so maybe we can also use those to potentially like itemize. Yeah, really close to 440 here. And yeah, just roll into 0 here. Even, I think Setsuko is just so good at evaluating in the moment, just like the fact that I can't actually fit this unit on our board, which I think is so smart, realizing, you know what, I saw Warwick there, but is Warwick actually better than anything I have on my board? No, I mean, I'm not trying to drop any of these extra units that I have. Like, the traits that they add for Bronze for Life and the ability to play for 3-star is too important. So I think so many people would have gotten hung up on that Warwick for a second, but like, oh, should I fit Warwick on this board? And he immediately, he's like, no, I shouldn't. And like, I think he makes the right call there, which is crazy. TG here is fantastic. This can be, yeah, either items for our potential Nunu 3 or our potential Vlad 3. So yeah, the TG actually is exactly what the doctor ordered on this board. And yeah, I mean, at this point, we're just hoping to continue our streak here, get more stacks. I mean, I haven't gotten to like the max cash outs, but here I can pull up the table here for Conqueror to see what we got coming up here, because we just got the TG. 550 is the completed item anvil. It's kind of funny that like TG is almost, I guess it's worse than a completed item, but I mean, like, sometimes TG is way better than a completed, like in Setsuko's spot, I'm pretty sure it is better. Even Shroud gonna be the pickup here. Kind of sad that we don't get a GP item here, but I mean, we have the completed item coming up, which I'm sure Setsuko knows, and this is also, you know, guaranteeing that we, once again, kind of, with our augment being the idea, playing for max cap, you know. But yeah, we get completed item, and then yeah, 650 is the artifact, 750 is support item. If you get to breakpoint 12, which is 850 conquest stacks, you get a tactician's crown and 20 gold, which I don't know if there's enough time left in the game for us to get to 850, but we'll see. Also, our board is, I mean, it's strong, but like I imagine we'll lose to somebody at some point. But I mean, we are rolling for everything here. This is just such a cool reroll comp to see played, because this is not something that anybody's playing. We really want something for GP here. The Guardbreaker is fantastic in this spot, so I love this. But yeah, it's a Conqueror reroll. You know, spurned. No, wait, spurned means like a bad thing. I don't know what word I'm thinking of, but like brought on by the fact that we got this Wandering Trainer Prismatic, which, I mean, this is why people take Wandering Trainer, right? It enables you to play for crazy lines like this with the Bronze for Life, getting all these traits in. It's just so pretty, the board we have now. We beat Cash here. Cash, notable for winning Project PBE. That's what I know him from, but very strong Brazilian player. So, I mean, it's so cool in NA. You just get to see all these really good players come and just play together. I mean, it's the super server. That's why when I say NA is the best region, I mean, obviously. But all right, last item here, looking for Vlad, I would think. Not really sure what else there is. Gonna roll down here, gonna continue, because I mean, there's nothing else to. Holding on to the Mord. He's held the Mord pair this entire time. I mean, I imagine it's just something like a Steadfast Heart for the, or Vow, I guess. Shojin? Oh. Wait, where are the items moving? He can't actually see his items because it's this new bug that has been added. Okay, so the idea is we'd rather have Shojin on him, and who really cares about having Static Shiv on him? It's not like it's Biss on him, it's kind of Whis on him. Oh, max cap, and once again, like, yeah, Setsuko just always knowing exactly where the items should go perfectly. There is the Artifact Anvil, which maybe he should have made room for, actually, so he's going to be kind of forced to take the Anima Visage, but I mean, yeah, a little bit tough. He would have had to essentially like sack around, waiting to play around that, so I can see why he didn't really play around it. And hey, you know, there's a decent chance you're going to get a tank item. This goes on to Vladimir, and you're pretty happy in this spot, so I think it all works out. But yeah, I mean, we even have this for Forge if we really want to be crazy. But all right, finding a pretty strong capped Dominator board, but I mean, it doesn't look that strong when Setsuko's playing it. It's 720 stacks. I mean, we're almost to that support item, which is one of the better cash outs, because that's just, I mean, a support, that's a gold augment, right? We were about to cash out a gold augment from our trait, which is always just really, you know, I didn't think about it, I didn't plan it, but isn't this the best Christmas VOD? Because we're just getting all these presents every round. Like, we're getting all these kills, and we're just getting presents from Conqueror, from Mort Dog. So honestly, I should have thought of that. But I mean, I did think about it during the VOD, but isn't that kind of genius? I mean, at this point, I don't even know who you're thinking about itemizing. I guess just another item for like Draven here. Bleh. Warmogs, just frontline item. I guess he's thinking about like Rel items because we're pretty close to Rel support. Anvil. Gonna go for the Zeeks here just for some extra attack speed for the entire backline. Yeah, this feels really good. And like Banshees doesn't really do that much, so who really cares? And yeah, just the idea. Victor even. I wonder if we fit Victor onto this board. I think Setsuko. I mean, the idea is though 850 conquest stacks. That's a fawn, and then we can actually fit this Victor for sure. Right now, I don't think he is actually better than any of these units, which is kind of crazy that we found it. We found the board that Victor is actually not an improvement over anything. But if Setsuko can get just a few more kills, get to that 850, man, he's found so many 6 costs this game. But yeah, if we can just get a few more kills, get to that fawn, then we get to get the Victor into the board, and that would be super wraps. I mean, this game is already looking pretty good for Setsuko, but there is a world where maybe we're stuck on level 7, so perhaps Zilmancat can like push 10 and out cap us, especially with Bronze for Life for him. Like that's such a capped board for him. But I mean, there it is. That's the 850 stack cash out. I mean, that has to be wraps, right? We get a Victor onto this board. Oh my god, and it's 20 gold, I believe. Yeah, it explodes out in such a nice way. So nice to see. But I mean, yeah, now we can start looking at throwing random items onto Victor, take like a Death Cap or a Death Plate or something. Or like, I don't know, an Archangels from this, just, whatever fits onto Victor, I think makes sense. And yeah, we get to roll down for Rel. At this point, we're actually we're done, right? Oh, Adaptive Helm. I just throw it onto Rel and just throw the Tactician Crown there. Yeah, probably better, I guess, onto Rel, though who really needs the front line? Rolling down, actually, to maybe find Victor, too, because, I mean, there's nothing left to roll for. Can't find it at the last second. But hey, we got maybe only 1 or 2 more fights left. 30 HP for Zilmancat. I'd love to see the 1,000 stack cash out here, but I think we would have to lose a fight to get there. Yeah, we're gonna get to 1,000 stacks, but just barely not enough. 1,000 stacks, by the way. Zeke's Herald, Lock of Iron, Solari, Chalice of Power, and 20 gold. I mean, if the game wasn't over here. Wait, Setsuko is such a player for content. He's thinking, yeah, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, he's what a coward. I thought he was gonna do it. I thought he was really gonna bench the Swain here to try to get to 1,000 stacks just to play for content, but he says, nah, I'm trying to take my win here. I'm trying to go for rank 1. And also, I mean, this fight. Wait, he actually did lose. That's actually, I mean, perfect for content perspective. I mean, Setsuko is so good at TFT that he evaluated that he was going to lose that fight. Now we get the triple support items here. The Static Shiv gets to go there. We get to lock it frontline. I mean, that's got to be it. This is a prismatic augment that we essentially just got. Probably better than a prismatic augment that we just got there. We're probably not going to get to 1,200, which is an artifact and a radiant item. Honestly, kind of underwhelming, but compared to what else we're getting. And then the final cash out, maybe that'll have to wait for another day. But a really, really fun game from Setsuko. Just, I don't know, a cool like reroll line that I think, so few people would play towards. This idea of playing around like Swain reroll with Conqueror here, using max cap, then 3-starring everything, taking Bronze for Life as well, fitting all these traits in. I don't know. I think this game was just such a treat. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you had a good Christmas or are going to. This is my present to you guys, the fact that I'm releasing a VOD on Christmas that I had to record early because I'm out celebrating with family. If you guys want to give me a Christmas present, wait, did I already do that call out in my last video? I think I did. Go sub to my Metafy, link in the description down below, access to all my VODs and discount on coaching. It's a Christmas gift for me and for you. And I'll see you guys in the post-Christmas world tomorrow. Thanks as always for watching.